My children now.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You won and I died.
I'm feeling woozy, yeah. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
What's the prime time, bitch?
Come and get it!
So either put the gun down now, or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. So, welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge, and let's talk horror. Now, Ashley will be joining us in a little bit. She's going to be just a little bit behind today. So, I'm going to talk a little bit, kind of get everybody ready for tonight, and then we will go in. What is up? Connor Anthony is in the house. Amanda, how are you, love? What's up, King Matthew? Aiden, how you doing? What's up, Joey? Hey, you're here, and we appreciate it so much. I promise you. It means more than we could ever tell you. What is up, Adrian? Very excited to have you all here tonight. So, yes, let's talk horror. I love it, Adrian. So, before we actually get started, what's up, Tell Warren? Something that I'm very excited about that I want to share with you guys. Sledgehammer Horror is very proud to be partnering with Dubby. It's the Be Better energy drink, generally considered a healthier option compared to many other energy drinks due to its focus on clean ingredients and lack of excessive sugars and additives. It's a zero sugar, zero calorie drink with no maltodextrin, artificial colors, or fillers. And it does contain caffeine. It also features other vitamins and nutrients and is touted for its smooth focus and long-lasting energy without jitters. Now, they offer bundles with shakers and powder, so it's convenient for you. You have the powder, you have the shaker all together, and they have great flavors like Shadow Monarch, which is a mix of blue raspberry and purple grape, S'mores, if you want to get a little crazy, and Tiger's Blood, which is strawberry, watermelon, and coconut. And there's a blend that will work perfect for anybody. Those are just a few that we see. Now, I do want to say you could click the link down in the description to get yours now. Use the code SHHorror10. So SH Sledgehammer Horror 10 to get 10% off of your order now. So again, this is a healthier type of energy drink, zero sugar, zero calorie. You guys know how I feel about that because I gave up pop, I gave up soda, I gave up all that. All I do is drink coffee, water, and I just got my first Monarch Surge, Shadow Monarch Surge and Tiger's Blood, which I think is very, very, it's got a good taste to it, and it doesn't give you that crash feeling you get with most caffeine. So order your products now. Like I said, the link is in the description, and use code SHHorror, SH Sledgehammer Horror 10 to get 10% off your order immediately. So can't recommend it enough, guys. Please make sure you're checking that out. What is up? Yeah, we are going to disagree a lot here. We did a short on it about the 2 new posters that they did. So I hope you guys check those shorts out as well. What is up, Ashton? What's up, Brian? I'm doing good. Just been working on something exciting. Oh, hey, that's awesome. If you ever want to promote it, Amanda, I'd love to have you on the show. We'll go on My First Horror Movie. We'll promote whatever you're working on. It would mean a lot. The good thing about this, Connor, when you're talking about Dubby, zero sugar, zero additives, it's a much healthier version, and you can make it yourself. They have all the they have them in like a powder form too, so you can make it. You can have your shaker that comes right with your order. You make it yourself, so you determine the amount of caffeine that you're getting with a great taste. Thank you. That means so much. We will have an Ashley. We will. She's just going to be a little bit late. which is fair. That's fair. Happy Friday the 13th Eve. So one cool thing about it being Friday the 13th, tomorrow, Ashley and I are releasing tomorrow our tier ranking of all of Jason's deaths. We had a lot of fun with that episode. I hope you guys can check that out. So while we're waiting on Ash, let's talk about, or we'll see some of the movies that we're going to be talking about tonight. Yeah, sorry. First time we've had a sponsor, so I'm really excited about doing that. So it took me a while to do that. So I'm still kind of like, So the movies that we're going to be talking about tonight, guys, in order. Oh, let me get that off here. Sorry, guys. Good job. Good job. It's about 6 months for me. So it's been a little tricky, but it won't be that high. Yeah. Ooh, I can't wait for that because I love Fight Club. What's up, Jeannie? Yes, 45 years now. That's insane. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about Alien 3, Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness, which should have been called Medieval Dead, Candyman 3, Day of the Dead, Child's Play 3, The Conjuring 3, Final Destination 3, Friday the 13th 3D, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Hellraiser 3, I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, Insidious Chapter 3, Jaws 3D, Leprechaun 3, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, Paranormal Activity 3, Phantasm 3, Poltergeist 3, Saw 3, Scream 3, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Leatherface, The Exorcist 3, and Terrifier 3. So those are going to be the part 3s that we're talking about here today. So I'm very excited to be doing that. Again, that is so incredible to me. Like, that means so much. I'm going to tell Ash, I know she'll be super excited about it. The new Final Destination in theater. What a good movie. I'm glad you liked it. And asked for a ranking of my favorite movies of all time. Let's do it. Yes. Prince is going to be coming on my first horror movie in October, and I'm so excited for it. So what I'm going to do, just to kind of get, the party going a little bit, Connor, you should definitely do that, because I would love to see you do like a top 10 or a top 20. I think that would be incredible to see. So now I am going to get started. And when Ashley gets here, we'll just let her catch right up to where I'm at. So I'm going to start first with Alien 3. I'm going to put this in worth a watch. I think that Alien 3 could potentially be one of the most overhated movies I've ever heard of. I don't think Alien 3 is by any stretch a bad movie. Sure, it's messy. It's not like a perfect movie by any stretch. It's nowhere near as good as the first two Alien movies, Alien and Aliens, but damn, do I love this movie. I've always been a huge fan of Alien 3. I love one of my favorite scenes is Sigourney Weaver when you have the alien right in her face and it doesn't get her. And right then, you're like, something's up. Something's definitely going on here. And you get to that moment of like, Amanda says she's never seen Alien, so I'm not going to spoil it. But you get into that reason why the alien can't hurt Ripley. And it's such brilliant storytelling. And again, this movie has its issues for sure. There's a lot of, CG moments, especially, that do not look good. The way they killed off a couple characters to start the movie is beyond upsetting. Straight up pisses you off, to be honest, when you find out, what happened with that. So, I mean, like I said, it's right middle of the road for me, which I think is a very fair ranking. But it's not a movie that I hate. It's not a movie I would go out of my way to watch again either. Army of Darkness is a great continuation for me. I think that Army of Darkness it's not my least favorite in the Evil Dead franchise. For me, my ranking is like Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead 2013 are kind of neck and neck at the top. And then you have right below that, you have Evil Dead Rise, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, the OG. And even with Evil Dead, the OG being at the bottom, it's still amazing. Army of Darkness, still amazing. And it just doesn't have the horror elements that I would like for it to have. I think that the character development in this movie is fantastic. If you watch Evil Dead 81 and then you watch Army of Darkness and the change that Ash has gone through as a character, like the building of who Ash Williams is, I think is brilliant and I think it's great. But I also, it's a little too comical at points for me. And it could have been a little bit scarier, honestly. Like, I love Evil Dead, Andy, because even though Evil Dead 2 is kind of slapsticky, it's still scary. Like, it's still a horror movie at heart. And I think that's what Army of Darkness was lacking for me when it comes to comparison. Still, I have it. It's one of my least favorites in the franchise, and it's at a great continuation. That's how much that movie means to me. I still love it. Now we have Candyman Day of the Dead. This is a waste of time. Waste of time. This movie sucks. Love Tony Todd, obviously, and Tony Todd's great in everything he does, but the acting is awful. The characters are awful. The story is awful. It's just like now Candyman's trying to smash his like great granddaughter, and Jesus Garcia's giving it his all in this movie too. You know, I love Jesus Garcia. He played Rod in Friday the 13th. He was like the greaser type dude in this movie. He's been on the show before too, and I think that he's a great guy, and I think he's a great character. I think he's good, but there's just so much about him that it doesn't save the movie. And it's funny for me because a lot of part 3s are either fucking phenomenal or absolute garbage. And you'll see that a lot tonight with my list. I mean, I think Alien 3 is probably going to be the only middle of the road film, I think, here. But this movie just like, it's the cashiest cash grab that you could cash grab if a cash grab could cash grab. They were trying so hard to just make money off the Candyman name, and it was that bad. Because I don't think Candyman 2 was that bad of a film, honestly. I think Candyman 2 is just fine. It's not great. It's not the first Candyman, but it's fine. You know, it's just fine of a film. So that's where I'm going to put that. And let's catch up on the chat here real quick. I have a strong opinion on most of these films. Me too, Aiden. This is going to be fun to talk about. Thank you, Joey. I mean, you got to see Alien, though, and let us know what you think. I would love to know your opinion on the Alien films. It was one of Connor's favorites. The beginning is horrible. Yeah, I agree, Trouble Warren. The only reason I hate this movie is because how the opening, the opening is pretty messed up, man. Aiden agrees. What is up, Russell? How's it going? Fair. Just like the whole franchise. Exactly. Evil Dead is my second favorite horror franchise. For me, it goes Child's Play, Evil Dead, Scream. Like that to me, like, it's my least favorite Evil Dead movie is better than a lot of other movies in any other franchise. That's how much I love the first Evil Dead. But I don't know. It's a good continuation. Army of Darkness is missing gore. Pathetic attempt. Man, T. Parker coming in hot. Yeah. My Fair Lady. Ha! Love that shit. Hard to disagree, Freddie. Aiden. It's hard to disagree. Gory, hey, Gory. Candyman, yeah. Oh, you got to see it. It's going to totally change your outlook on Tony Todd. Everybody loves Tony Todd anyway, but until you've seen this movie and you see how absolutely incredible he is, it's always great. Yep. It is a hard watch, Joey. A very hard watch. Candyman 1 is absolutely incredible. Agree. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Evil Dead and Scream are the most consistent. 100%. I put Child's Play in there too for consistency. We're doing them all. We're gonna do all the way up to part 10s for sure. Top 3 franchises: Halloween, Scream, and Saw. Final Destination is getting there, especially after Bloodlines. Yeah, I can agree with Saw and Final Destination. Halloween just has too many stinkers for me personally. You can call me right after to let me know what you think. I would love to know. All right, guys, we are up to Child's Play 3, and this, if I could put this above All-Time Classic, Like, is it possible? Like, it's oh my god, this movie is so it's my favorite franchise, and this is my favorite movie in my favorite franchise. Um, I think that Child's Play 3 is so incredible. This is where Chucky becomes Chucky. I know a lot of people bitch about it. I love the military setting, like that boot camp type setting. I think I love that. I love Chucky's one-liners. I love the fact that you get Andy grown up with a love interest in De Silva. Again, there's just so many things about this movie that I think are absolutely borderline perfect. Whitehurst's death is terribly sad. The garbage compactor guy's death is terribly sad. I just think that there's so much about that movie that I think it's top notch for me. Like I said, that's in my top 5 favorite horror movies of all time, easily, hands down, bar none. So yeah, it ain't gonna be. It's God, I just love it so much. The Conjuring 3, I am going to put in pathetic attempt. I think that this movie's fine. Yeah, it's fine, but it lacked the horror of the other 2 Conjuring movies. I think that Ed and Lorraine are the only thing that saved this movie from being just a typical run-of-the-mill possession bullshit movie. It's easily the least memorable of any of the straight-line Conjuring movies. Patrick, like I said, the only moments that are even worth anything is when you have like Patrick Wilson chasing Vera Farmiga through the woods and he's having his heart attack and he's still trying to get to her. Like I said, there's plenty of fine moments, but in a franchise that was, to me, the first 2 Conjuring movies are very, very well made and very scary movies. This didn't hit that mark for me. So I think that's why I was, borderline bummed out about leaving the theater for that one. I was just like, what? Why? Come on. I wanted more fear. And I'm hoping that the next one, Last Rites, can really, take a step up on what we got there. Sorry. Final Destination 3 is worth a watch. Again, this is not my least favorite of this franchise. I think we all know that. But it's also just not, and I love you, T. Parker. I really do. But I don't know. There's nothing wrong with this movie. It just doesn't hold up to the other films in this franchise. It's fun. I think this movie's fun. I think some of the deaths are extremely creative. But I think the reason why, and I know this is a really silly reason, but this movie got so butchered for me because when it came out on DVD, you had the choose your fate thing. And it just really wore on me. I watched it with an open mind when we were doing our franchise ranking and kills, and I had more fun with it than I had ever had before, but it's still middle of the road to me. And it's middle of the road in that franchise, and it's middle of the road in a tier ranking. So I have this at, right in the middle, which I think is a fair ranking for me. We know what I'm going to say about Freddy's Dead. Child's Play 3 is one of the best with Seed. That's fair. One of the best horror sequels, Child's Play 3, is among the best in that franchise. That's kind of a tie between 1, 2, and 3. And Bride for what the best one is, which, again, that's, to me, why Child's Play is so iconic. It is worth a watch. I prefer it over Bride, Don't Tell Ashley, Seed, and Cult. Conjuring is disappointing compared to the first 2. I love Child's Play 3. I actually found out that I live an hour and a half away. Oh, no shit. Dude, that's amazing, Joey. I would love to go there and do a video sometime, an on-location video. Worth a watch. It's good but not scary. Thank you. Like me and T. Parker, it's very rare that me and T. Parker actually agree on something, especially with something with that type of depth. It's good but not scary. It's the best looking in Ed and Lorraine's chemistry. Like 100%. Like we are 100% on the same page there. Is good just like the others except for not bad but not great. It's an all-time classic, baby. I enjoyed The Conjuring 3 for what it was lacking. The scary, but still good in my opinion. No, again, Russell, I think that that's totally fair. It's a totally fine assessment from you. And I think that, bam, you're grounded. Cancel. I agree. It's fine. I had fun with FD3 back when I saw it in the theater. Yeah, I did not see that one in the theater. I think that's the only Final Destination I didn't see in cinema. I promise. I'll tell you the minute that happens. Bride is my favorite child to play. No, that's Ashley's favorite. So I can't cancel you for it. Yeah, it's right there, middle of the road. It's got to be a great continuation. If you would have asked me this as a kid, this would have been top-notch, all-time classic. As a kid, this was probably the one I watched the most. Growing up, this one was always the one that was standing out just because it was 3D. And when you have a movie in 3D like that, it was really easy, especially as a kid, to get drawn into. And we still have the box set that has the Jason blue and red 3D glasses. And I'm old now, so I can't do it because it gives me a headache. But it's I still love this movie. I love Shelley. I love seeing Jason get his mask. I love the Vera kill with the spear. I love, the guy doing the handstand that gets cut. Then, the yo-yo, like that shit does get pretty old. But again, for what it lacks in those spots, there's enough strengths in this. Jason's a badass in this movie. I think it's funny when he hides in the corner from that guy. Sorry. I had to be to work super early this morning, guys, and I apologize. But listen, for what it lacks in certain areas, I think it excels in other areas. So I'm fine putting this in a great continuation. And then we got Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. This is an all-time classic. This is my favorite in the Halloween franchise. That's not a stab at Michael. I'm just psycho. It's just I think this movie is so unique. I think this movie would have been called just Season of the Witch without Halloween 3. It might have been much more well received, and we might have even gotten a sequel off of this. Or this would have been Halloween 2 Season of the Witch, and they never continued that Michael story like they had initially planned. But I love this movie, and I think it's got one of the darkest endings of all time of any horror movie. And I think that the masks are so iconic to this day, the witch, the jack-o'-lantern, the skeleton. And it's just a movie that I've always been a big fan of. And maybe it's because I wasn't a huge Halloween or Michael Myers fan growing up. Maybe that's why I liked this movie so much. But I don't know. I started yawning and now I can't stop. And I'm so sorry. That's so rude. Yeah, all-time classic for me, for sure. So, and now we have Hellraiser 3. I know a lot of people love this movie. I'm not one of them. Hi, Kate. Kate is our deaf friend. We love you. We're glad you made it to the show. Thank you. So back to this. I don't love Hellraiser 3. I would even go as far as to say I don't like Hellraiser 3. I don't a lot of people, this is one of their favorites. It did nothing for me. It's funny because also like James and the Dead Meat crew, I know they were all a big fan of this movie too when they did their kill count on it. And I'm watching the kill count and I'm like, I don't know what you guys are seeing. Like, I don't see the love for this movie. But again, like horror is subjective and horror is very open to interpretation. There really is no right or wrong answer when it comes to whether you love or dislike horror. And this is just a movie that didn't speak to me. I think that the extra Cenobites, like the seed he had, they just don't look good to me. And I don't like the idea of them. So it never really clicked those boxes for me like the other ones did. even 4, and we'll talk about that next week. All right, let's catch up on the chat real quick. Maybe. Holy crap. Friday 13th Part 3 is pretty good. Richard Brooker was awesome, so I'd put it in a great continuation. I prefer 2 and 4 over it, though, which is fair. 3D is one of the best. Use the 3D every time. I'm glad you do. The characters fit. Yeah, I love Shelly. Ashley cannot stand Shelly at all, and I think it's hilarious. Pretty awesome. Great kills for sure. It's a pathetic attempt. No, I'm just kidding. Favorite Halloween and you're canceled. I joke. I like 3. Season of the Witch is an all-time classic. H3, I have to logically put it in all-time classic. Oh, for sure. Love it. Honestly, though, like our Didn't See That Coming episode on Season of the Witch may be one of my favorite Didn't See That Coming episodes we ever did. It's a toss-up between that and Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Those 2 Didn't See That Coming episodes. We had so much fun. I miss doing those because even the Sinister one was really good. Sinister, for most of you that watch the show, know that Ashley writes everything. And if you ever need proof to that, watch our episode of Didn't See That Coming on Sinister. Ashley writes all these episodes, and she does an incredible job. She's an incredible writer. And she wrote that episode, and she wrote a joke in the episode. And I'm reading the prompt, and I get to the part with the joke that she wrote, and I just start laughing. And it's a real hearty Ken laugh. And we left it in the episode. Like we left this, me laughing so hard at this joke in the episode because it was such a husband-wife banter thing. And it's funny, like when I say, Ashley writes the episodes, I've had people be like, does she really write everything? I'm like, go watch this episode. You could see that I get totally taken by surprise. I don't proofread it. Just like if I was to write something, she wouldn't proofread it. We trust each other enough. We know each other well enough to know that the other one will do what's right. And that made that episode very special too. The Myers fanboys mad. Sometimes. Of course you are, Patrick. Yeah, I'm glad. Me too. I never liked it, man. I love 1, 2, and 4. I think are fantastic. Scooby-Doo as well. I'm gonna do my Scooby-Doo impression at the start of the video. Yes, I can't wait, Prince. It's gonna be legit. See, somebody else that likes Hell on Earth. I definitely understand that. I like Hell on Earth, but it's so far, which is fair. Halloween 3 and Child's Play 3, I love. I don't know why everybody hates them. Me neither, Chris. How you doing tonight, buddy? I'm a deafie, so I can't contribute to chat because I don't know what Ken is saying, but I like to read y'all's comments. Love you, Kate. We love you, Kate. Ashley just doesn't like annoying characters. Halloween 3 isn't even in my top 3, which is fair. That shows how much I love the Halloween franchise. Exactly. My favorite, Scream 3, no surprise, but also, have you seen The Nightmare? It's on Tubi. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I would be down with that, actually. I don't mind. I think the first Human Centipede is a very good movie. I think that it's a lot. It's not the dark, sick, disgusting movie people make it out to be. It's just it's like more of an art film to me, honestly. Silent Hill 3 and Resident Evil 3 didn't like either one, honestly. Which is funny because I like part 4 of both. I like part 2 of both. Never a fan of part 3 of either one. It was awesome getting to meet him. That was fucking incredible for Ashley and I. Getting to interview him, huge moment for us. All right, so now let's get back. It was fine. I mean, like, I feel like that's where they kind of went more like, let's just be as gross as we can be. Where part 1 was more like trying to become a work of art. But 2 was fine. 3 didn't like it all. I love you, Patrick, but I didn't. I know, I'm sorry. Resident Evil Requiem coming this year. See, like, I think that's why, because I grew up with part 2 on both of those, and then I kind of skipped a generation of gaming and came back at Silent Hill 4 The Room. That's what brought me back into gaming. And I thought it was incredible. So I'll have to go back, especially Resident Evil 3. I don't remember much of that one. Silent Hill 3 was fine, but I don't remember much of Resident Evil 3. Ooh, can't wait. I can't wait, Chris. That's awesome. All right. So now let's get back to the rankings. Okay. I'll always know what you did last summer is probably the biggest waste of time we could possibly have on this list. This movie fucking sucks. When Ashley and I did our top 10 least favorite horror movies of all time, this was high on the list. Very high on the list. There's nothing, in my opinion, that is redeeming at all about I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I honestly can't think of one redeeming quality to this movie. The story is bad. The acting is bad. The characters are bad. The cinematography is bad. Just like everything about this movie is very, very bad. And it's a bummer, actually, how bad that really is. And to be a part of that franchise and to be that bad of a film, like it's such an absolute bummer. Don't have much more to say about that one. Insidious Chapter 3, I'm going to put it a great continuation. I think that this movie really hit the mark on a lot of places. It was a brave step to walk away from the Lamberts. That was a very brave step to take that type of direction with this movie. But they did, and you fell in love with these new characters. I just think that the thing that holds it back from all-time classic to me is the villain is the weakest villain in this whole franchise. Let me pull off your oxygen mask there, buckaroo. And he's just like it's just, yeah. It was terrible, terrible villain. So that's what held this one back a little bit. This could even be worth a watch for me. I'm going to leave it in a great continuation because I love our leads. I love the surprise of the car accident. I think that the window scene is intense. So there's a lot I love about Insidious Chapter 3, but there's just so much that I think with the villain that was left to be desired. And then obviously we're going to waste our time a little bit more with Jaws 3D. A lot of people say this movie is one of those ones that's so bad it's good, which to me, I can see why people would say that, but I don't get any enjoyment out of this movie, especially after watching the first two. I think the first two Jaws movies, one is a masterpiece. I think it is a masterpiece. I think part 2 is fine. I think part 2 is really, really good, actually. But then you get part 3, and it's just everything about this movie pisses me off. Like the shark growling. Like, this is a movie that it does have moments where, it is so bad that you're just like, what in the fuck are we doing? But overall, there's just nothing about this movie that I think that is redeemable, and it's nothing I would ever watch again. No desire to ever watch that film again. Hell yes. Hell yes. We'll be playing that on the channel. It's coming out. The new Silent Hill movie is coming out. So I'm very excited. Silent Hill, and the second was beyond. You know what? Like, I don't think this. I have the second one's a guilty pleasure for me, actually. I don't mind the second Silent Hill. What was it called? Silent Hill Revelation. That's a guilty pleasure for me. Yeah, that's one of those guilty pleasures that I had a lot of fun with it. And Return to Silent Hill is the name of the upcoming movie, by the way. But yeah, I'll always have a soft spot for Silent Hill Revelation. Yeah. You know what I always remember about this movie, John? Which, hello, John. That fucking piano part where you get to the part where you got to play the piano. I couldn't, when you're in the school and you had to play the notes in a certain order. I never got past that part. I don't know if my game was. I did everything. I mean, this is bad. I didn't have the internet when I was playing this game, so I couldn't look up walkthroughs. But I swear to God, guys, I did every possible fucking outcome you could have, and I could not get that door to open when you're playing the piano. Couldn't do it. What's up, J Dev? Nice to see you, buddy. Always says, oh my gosh, it is terrible. I just like to always wish you last summer. Yeah, it's bad. Bad. Kate didn't like it either. I could fuck with that. I always is a waste of time. Oh my God. It's non-canon. It has to be non-canon. What's up, Paul? Don Shanks was in Halloween 5 and I Always Know What You Did Last Summer. 2 of the worst slasher sequels. Great continuation. Absolutely hate Jaws 3D. That's so bad. Jaws 3D was fun at times. Had some great 3D effects. Dennis Quaid is fine. Oh my God, it's so stupid. So stupid, Danielle. Why Friday the 13th 3 in A tier? I love part 3. It's such a guilty pleasure for me, Paul. Yeah, I understand that. Children of the Corn 3, I enjoy the first 3 part. Is 3 the one where it's like the urban one? I do love that. I do love that. Very happy, Ken, the Child's Play 3. Yes. Yes. You knew I was going to put that one in all-time classic. I love that movie. Such a guilty pleasure for me. I think it's so much fun. Something else I want to tell everybody, if you haven't, make sure you send us in a video of you telling us why, because Kiwi just reminded me because I just got his video today. Send us in a video of you talking about what horror means to you. We're doing a community video where we're putting all our friends in the video. Our email's in the description. Send it to that email. Go to our community tab. You can see it on there as well. We'd love to have you guys be a part of this video. Like, we would love to have you guys be a part of that video. Child's Play 3 is underrated. Totally agree. Alien and Friday the 13th waste my time. You say that those 2 waste your time, huh?
Take a fucking walk. Go. Get out of here.
Just kidding, Paul. I love you. All right. So now we're at Leprechaun 3. I'm putting this in pathetic attempt, and I'll tell you why. I've never been a fan of really any Leprechaun movies up until the finale. It's the only one I really dug. But this one does have a pretty good kill in it. I won't go too much into it, but pretty good kill in this movie that I think is very fine. And as a kid, man, did I love this fucking movie. Holy shit. I loved Leprechaun 3 as a kid. I think that it was, the fact that he was in Las Vegas and there was all these, big, pretty sights. And I had such an affection for that movie that I can't even put into words how much that movie meant to me. So as I've gotten older and I've, started to look through things through more of a critiquing lens, I've realized that it's kind of like Jason Takes Manhattan, another movie I absolutely adored as a kid, but I look through it as a critiquing lens now, and it just doesn't hold up to me as an adult. But there's still that one kill. That one kill, guys, in Leprechaun 3. Sticks with you. Stays with you. It makes you feel so good every time you see it. Obviously. I mean, was there ever any question? Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. It's such a fun. This is one of the only Nightmare movies where you're rooting for the kids just as much as you're rooting for Freddy. That doesn't happen very often in these movies. But this is one of the movies where you're like, yes, let's do this. I love it. Except for maybe that shitty wizard kid. But besides that, I love every character in this movie. I think that, the marionette kill is so scary. And, when you see him walking through the wall, they had the balls to kill Nancy in this movie. That to me is nuts. You bring back your final girl from the first film to kill her. That took balls. So yeah, that to me was just insane, absolutely insane. So yeah, I got nothing else I can say about that. Paranormal Activity 3, I'm going to put, it's worth a watch. I think that it's got a better story than 1 and 2, but I've just never been a fan of this franchise at all. Like, at all. It drives me nuts watching this franchise because it is just so damn boring. This one picks up the momentum a little bit, which to me is awesome. You know, we finally get that little pickup of momentum in a franchise, but it's just not enough for me. This would be one of the ones that, you know, I would love to watch. Again, I didn't get the chance to rewatch it before we did this, so I can't put too much stock into it, but it's just one of those movies that I just couldn't get too into because I've never been a big fan of these movies. But thank you so much, Sean. Thank you. Like, seriously, that means so much. You know what you're getting, buddy.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Thank you. You guys can become a member by clicking the links down in the description. We have an exclusive 2-minute clip of the upcoming film. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. I just thought I was going to throw up. That was the craziest thing. That really, really scared me. So we got a 2-minute clip of our upcoming film, Desperate Measures, on there. And every video you get early as a member. So make sure you're becoming a member now for as little as 99 cents a month. All you gotta do is click the link down in the description. You can become a member today as well. Hey, double feature. What is up? Miss you, ladies. A little bit. I've always thought Nightmare 3 was overrated. Dan, that's a perfectly good take. What's up, Stewie? Stretch from Texas Chainsaw getting her whole body inflated and blown up was great. Something about that. I agree. Oh, shit. Look at that. The twins pulling out of You're Grounded. I love it. We got a grounding on the stream, guys. Nightmare 3 is my favorite slasher, clearly an all-time classic. I'm the Wizard Master. Dream Warriors was great because you forget to... Exactly. Yes, same. We love the Dream Warriors. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Yes, so bad. What's up, brother? How you doing, David? Based on exactly. Gotta love Demon, baby. I like Alien 3. Yes, that's very true. Paranormal Activity is so snooze and cruise boring. All right. Phantasm 3 is an all-time classic. I will die on this hill. Our good friend Dice Rowland got Ashley to watch this for the first time, and Ashley had never seen the Phantasm movies. It wasn't like she was anti. She just never really put in the effort to watch them. And we went and watched all of them after this because Ashley fell in love with the Tall Man. She fell in love with the Phantasm franchise after watching this. You got Reggie, in this movie. I think he's great. And there's just so many great characters in this movie. Rocky is so amazing. And the Tall Man is just one of the scariest villains of all time. He always scared me as a kid. That sphere that he throws, it's inescapable. And especially when you're a child, you see that and you're like, what would I do? I'm screwed at this point. So always been a big fan of Phantasm, always been a big fan of, especially the first 3. And that one really holds up to me. I think Phantasm 3 holds up. And I still think, oh man, oh no, the tier list disappeared. Damn it. Thank you for telling me. I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, it's just so good. Can everybody hear me? Reggie, okay, so somebody can hear me. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. I just saw someone say they couldn't hear me. So, okay, cool. Yes, Do not ever replace him, please. Please do not ever replace him. Poltergeist 3, all-time classic. Another thing that people may think is crazy, this is my favorite Poltergeist movie. Watching it, Carol Ann reminded me a lot of my kid sister. So I think that's why I love this movie so much, is because it's Kendra, and she even had those red footy pajamas. And man, like the moment when they're trying to pull her out of the wall and her head's down and Tangina's like, that's not Carol Ann. And she looks up and she's like, damn you. And she gets pulled back into the wall. Like, holy shit, that was intense. So intense. When she gets pulled into the water puddle, when the kids get pulled into the swimming pool, there's so many scary moments in this movie. And I think, again, it holds up so well. Big fan. The only movie I ever did an in defensive on myself. I did an in defensive on Poltergeist 3 because of how much I fucking love that movie. Let's keep it going, baby. All-time classic, Saw 3. This is a movie that it's my favorite in this franchise. And a lot of part 3s are Child's Play 3, Halloween 3, Phantasm 3, Poltergeist 3, now Saw 3. These are all my favorites in the franchises. I know everybody talks about slow ass motherfucking Jeff, but compared to how Ken Sledge would be if such things had happened to his kids, he is actually at a brisk pace, motherfucking Jeff. Because I ain't saving no one. Not a single person. And I love the twist in this movie. Like, I love the twist in this movie, the game was for you. Like, that was, oh my gosh, I got little emo goosebumps right now. When you see the heartbreak on Jeff, like he lost himself after he lost his kid. And I think any parent can understand that. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility of understanding. Yeah, you got to be there for your other kids. I get it. But like, I can also understand, like I said, that it's an understandable thing. So that's another one. It's up there. And then Scream 3, I'm going to put in a great continuation. I know a lot of people have this one a lot lower. I love Scream 3. I do. I have so much fun with it. It's a blast. And I don't know. I love this movie. I have so much fun with Scream 3. I like Scream 3 more than I like 4, 5, and 6. I can tell you that. J-Dev is about to break everything in his house after I said that, but all right, we'll catch up on the chat here pretty quickly. Alien 3 depressed me. Phantasm 3 is a big step down from the first two, but it's okay. Thank you for telling me that. What's up, Juicy? It's been a minute. How you been? Good to see you're okay. Got an email today saying Evil Dead in concert at the Kingsbury Hall in Salt Lake City. Ooh, that's nice. Boy, Phantasm, man. Reggie is a badass. Angus Scrim was always great as the tall man. Everybody could hear me, which I'm sorry that you guys can hear me. I never liked Poltergeist 3. That's fair, Justin. But you should watch my in defensive on it. Maybe that'll change your mind a little bit. The first Poltergeist is underrated. I agree. The scariest PG movie of all time. I could say that with confidence. Yeah, I've heard that too. So make sure you close out of it, open it back up. Can't wait. Can't wait. Very well. Yep. Worth a watch. Saw 3 is an all-time classic. Also my favorite. Let's go. Slow ass motherfucking Jeff. God, I love James, but he was so wrong on that film. I did like Poltergeist 2. I think Poltergeist 2 is fine. I think that Reverend Kane is fucking scary, man. I think he's scarier in 3, but he was scary in 2. How dare you? Understand Poltergeist 3. Saw 3 is my favorite. Saw 2 all the way, which I get. Don't need to save him. They killed my kid. Fuck them. Yep. 3 and 6 are my favorite. Scream 3 is all-time classic. is still up there. I wish The Gate, me too. I love The Gate. All-time classic. And nasty. Yeah, it did. Yeah, the rack. Oh. Fun and different. I hate Scream 2 though because I can't stand Cherry O'Connell. Good luck with that one, buddy. Scream 3 is a good movie. It is. It's good. Hey, what's up, Josh? Glad you're here. I just made my video, so do I send it raw or upload? Nope, send it to me. Send it to my email. My email is in the description and on our community tab. Please send it, Chris. I would love to watch it. Hell yeah, Josh. I'm glad you do. All right. So now we got 3 more movies to talk about, guys. I know, blasphemous. I do not like Leatherface. It didn't do anything for me. It's boring. There's nothing memorable about this movie except for the chainsaw. This is mostly because the MPAA cut the shit out of this movie. They butchered it. They hacked it to shit. We just did an In Defense Of with our buddy Strange Monkey, and he's a huge fan of this movie. So to watch him talk about it with how passionate he was about it was super. It was great, and to watch him speak with it in such high regard with such passion was awesome. But it didn't do it for me. It's not a movie that I've ever really been into, and a franchise I've never really been into. I love the first one. I think there's other ones that are fine, but as a franchise, it's never done anything for me. Then we have The Exorcist 3. No shocker, my favorite in that franchise. It's an all-time classic. Brad Dourif is so fucking good in this movie. He's absolutely incredible. He's so underrated. George C. Scott is great. Jason Miller is great. This whole movie to me, and it's scary. It's got the best jump scare of all time. There's so much about this movie that I think is just absolutely incredible. And you see it, especially after watching part 2, and you're like, what the fuck happened to this movie in part 2? So fucking ridiculous. So Exorcist 3 is up there. Leatherface is at the bottom. And the last movie that I'm going to talk about, Terrifier 3, it's worth a watch. Again, not one that I'm super into. I think that it's a fine movie. To me, they kind of went, it goes 1, 3, 2 for me. So I think that it's good. I think the kills are just fucking brutal. I've never watched Dexter Russell, and J-Dub, I promise I will. I promise, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, it didn't do anything for me when it comes to like being a super memorable or a movie that I'm really going to get into. I remember leaving the theater thinking, yeah, that was fine. That was fun. But it just didn't do enough for me to make me want to go crazy about it. The acting is, God damn, it's an indie film. Look what it's done. Look what Terrifier's done as a franchise. Like, if you can't see that this is doing what Scream did in 96 for the horror genre, I don't know what to tell you. Whether you love or hate those movies, they are so fucking incredible for what they're able to do and the money they're able to make. I'm very excited for 4. I think 4 is going to be fantastic. So I'm very excited for that. And yeah, so that is my tier, guys. I'm very glad you guys could be here. I don't think Ashley's going to make it tonight. So we'll do hers next week. I'll just sit here and kind of moderate while she does her thing next week. And then we'll do part 4s after that. So one last thing I want to remind you guys of, for those of you that were not here at the beginning of the stream, something very cool that we're very excited about. We are partnering with Dubby, the To Be Better. It's a Be Better energy drink, and it's more healthy than your normal energy drinks because it's 0 sugar, 0 calories. It has clean ingredients. There's no maltodextrin, artificial flavors, or fillers. And it does have enough caffeine for you. So they have amazing flavors like Shadow Monarch Surge, which is blue raspberry and purple grape, S'mores, Tiger's Blood, which is strawberry, watermelon, and coconut. And they got many blends, which will work for anybody. And you can buy them in packages with shakers, so you could create your own drinks as well. Click the link in the description. Go and buy some of this. Use the promo code SH SledgeHammer Horror, SH Horror 10 the number 10, and you can get 10% off your order. So remember, click the link in the description, use the code SH10, I'm sorry, SH Horror 10, the number 10, SH Sledgehammer Horror 10 to get 10% off your first purchase. Can't wait for you guys to try this out. Like I said, I'm not much of an energy drink fan. And at the time, I've only tried Tiger's Blood, and I thought it tasted very good. Strawberry, watermelon, coconut all together. Very, very good. And I'm going to be trying. S'mores is probably not going to be on the top of my list, but I will be trying the Shadow Monarch Surge here tomorrow. But I can't wait for you. Please check it out. Please try it. Also, email us a video of you talking about what horror means to you and what got you started your love of horror to kensledge31@gmail.com. That link is also in the description. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we will be premiering our tier ranking of Jason's deaths for Friday the 13th, guys. So make sure you leave your milk and cookies out for Jason tonight for Friday the 13th Eve. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. Yeah, he didn't make it to part 3, unfortunately. Hope you liked them all, Josh. I would love to. I would love to do that. Yes. All caught up. Exorcist 3 better than the original? Hell yeah, it is. I promise we will. Especially it's summer. We'll get more into it. All-time classic. Firestarter's not talked about enough. Waste of time. Exorcist 3 and Terrifier's all-time classic. Well said. They need to finish. Yes, I agree. Thank you. I own lots of old school 30s and 40s Universal horror movies. I would love to talk about them. I wanted to see Terrifier 3 and 2. Yeah, that would have been pretty crazy. Yeah, me too, Stewie. Me too. Halloween 4. Oh, yeah. That's there. That's coming next week. Given the fact that, yes, congratulations. Happy. I hope you had an amazing graduation. Yes. Poltergeist is scary, but Mr. Meaty was the most scariest thing I ever saw as a child. I agree. I want to know if I haven't got to watch them yet. I'm always honest about that. Today I got to work early, didn't get out of work till late. That's why Ashley's not here yet. Taken 3 is the best Taken. Heard we're getting some Crystal Lake. Ooh, can't wait for that. Little Hope was great, just didn't like the ending. Scream 4, also an all-time classic. Sure. So like I said, next week we'll do 2 lives. One will be Ashley doing her part 3s. The other will be us doing our part 4s together. So thank you guys so much for watching this. It really means a lot. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror, stay what you are, and we'll see you guys soon.